Any GUS niggas, Ethiopian kings, we bring things. Ooh. Any GUS niggas, Ethiopian kings, we bring things. Them some lyrics I wrote back in 1994, maybe 1992. Yeah. Hey, yo. Get the Anchor app, y'all, so y'all can listen to your boy. For real. Y'all can get the raw, uncut news. Yeah. Get the Anchor app. Greetings. This is Yasha Ben Israel coming back at you one more motherfucking again. Yes. Coming hard and raw for you. These ain't soft batch cookies over here. We talk about the things that they don't want you to know and the things that people don't want you to talk about. Today I want to talk about the young Pharoah. Young Pharoah. Young Pharoah today is finally reaping the repercussions of calling a black woman God. Young Pharoah is learning. He's learning clearly about this existence. And in this existence, the black woman is not, cannot, was not, is not, and will not ever be a masculine God. I'm going to say that a black woman cannot, will not, is not, ever be a masculine God. I'm going to repeat that again. The black woman is not, has not, and cannot ever be a God. A God is masculine. A goddess is feminine. Gods is plural, masculine. God is singular, masculine. Goddess is singular. Goddess is singular, feminine. And goddesses is plural, feminine. I had to rack my brains to think about that because English simply is not a gender-based language. And very few words in the English language has the masculine and feminine traits to the word. No woman has ever been a god. No woman is a god, and no woman will ever be a god. Just like no woman is a priest, no woman has ever been a priestess, a priest, and a nun is a priest. None has been, none is, none will be. For those terms, you have goddess and priestess. Goddesses and priestesses. Not once have these men referred to the black woman as a goddess. They say the black woman is God. The most illiterate, grammar broken, foolish, uneducated, broken English kind of statement a man could ever make. There could never be no truth in that. We are in the Me Too society, the young society that don't know whether they coming or going. We in the society where men wear tight ass pants. And got locks with Fruity Pebble colors and shit in them. These niggas dye their hair today. These boys don't know what masculine is. They don't know what feminine is. Yet, they want to talk to you like they're first intelligent and second that they have the truth. And I'm here to tell you that they have neither or. Because the black woman has never been a god. She is not a god, and she will never be a god. I can't even say black women were ever goddesses. I could go back as far as saying the Neter and the Neteru were gods and goddesses to a degree. But I can't say that human beings were Neter or Neterus. I can't say that in Kemetic science, and none of these people who claim that they know Kemetic science could ever say that. And surely they don't know what they're talking about, like they like to lie and project that they do when they don't. And you got haters and dissenters who don't like Yasha. They sit up there and say things like, oh, your show is boring. Whenever the truth get boring, you living amongst a dead nation, my bro. You living amongst a dead nation. Not only is you living amongst a dead nation, you must be living amongst a dead family in a dead paternal household. Your parents couldn't have loved you. They couldn't have, allowing you to walk this earth believing in lies, all to fit in and to be a part of Whitey's good life agenda, his heathen agenda. You got guys like Brother Lavelle and Brother Fabo. Brother Fabo gets on Facebook, all inside a messenger, talking about how he want to kill me and how he want to slide down on me. All because he can't beat me in an intellectual spar. I let these guys know, man, these girls know, these girl guys know. You not gonna Malcolm X me, my niggas. Any G-U-S that is. That's for censorship. The Most High will lay you boys down flat first. Just as sure as he gave me the knowledge flat first. You yesterday New Jack niggas is really, 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 really sad, man. However, young Pharoah is learning that the black woman is not God. And that the black woman could never be a god. In Egyptian science, the gods were Neters. They were not humans. The gods were Neters in Egyptian science. They were not humans. They were not people. They would be equivalent to what you call demons or spiritual non-corporeal beings. Feminine energy and masculine energy. More than the Neter will ever be flesh and blood, physical human beings. The Neter may dwell within the chambers, but the chambers is the human. The chambers is not the Neter. The chamber is the human. And the Neter dwells within the chamber, aka humans. The Neter is not the humans. Therefore, no woman, white, black, blue, or green, could ever be a god, ever. Most likely, she can't be a goddess. No human being is taken serious calling himself God. No man. But today in this twisted society, you want to take it serious that a woman is a god? Man, y'all about to get young Pharaoh. Young Pharaoh, see what the real deal is, young Pharaoh been in the manosphere. He's no dummy. He been looking at cats like Black Ram, Yasha Ben Israel, Kevin Samuel, Dr. BOA, Book of Alpha, Thinking Man's Templar, Sandman, Rollo Tomasi, The Pimp God, Minister Jap, and a whole bunch of black men in white that have one understanding, that the woman ain't God. Minister Jap proved that when he destroyed Polite in the debate. Made Polite look stupid. See, the manosphere, alpha male mentality, the God man, the man of God. Young Pharaoh is being struck by that. And it is a very Israelite fashioned striking, not that of Egypt and or Kemet. Those guys are simps and homos, and the records is written on the wall. I have a gift at discerning ancient records. In the Egyptian record, not understanding the record and the language, all you got to do is just look and focus on the record. And then you will begin to understand the record, because every picture graph, hieroglyph, and the third, all is based on pictures. The picture's worth 1,000 words. And I got 1,000 words to depict what I see in this picture graph. Talking about the black woman as a god, that's transgender. Transginger. Make a man the ginger. Gilligan Island types, isn't it? Transgender. Transgender. Slurred words. Anu said the smoking weed make you slur words. No, it don't. I just had me a double shot of Henny and a double shot of Fireball mixed. And I'm enjoying it. They want to laugh and say he's old drunk. Man, I'm an old man and I enjoy my life. I drink, I smoke, but I also worship God. Okay? There is no sin in nothing that these godless men can prove that I do. These guys don't want to believe in God because they want to be judges. They want to be God. That's why they don't believe in God. They want to be God. And they want to denounce God so you don't have no type of particular standard to hold them to. They don't want to tell you what they believe. You understand? Because they don't want you to hold them to a standard while they particularly try to judge you. I'm the most feared Israelite in the lion's den and respected. I'm not the most liked. I am the most respected and feared. You best believe that. You best put your bottom dollar on that. So what young Pharaoh is learning is that the black woman has never been a god. She is not a god. And she cannot ever be a god. And what he is yet to learn thoroughly, and he's an intellectual man, he will learn it, that the black woman is not a goddess. She has never been a goddess. And she will never be a goddess. The black woman at best could be a queen commission. The black woman at best could be a queen Israelite. And maybe even a prophetess of Israel. But she could never be a god. She can't be a god of Kemet. She can't be a god of America. She can't be a god of Israel. She can't be a god of Sumer. Not the black woman. I'm going to prove it to you. I believe in ancient myths, in ancient legends, and sagas. Peace to the Henny. I believe in that. See, I keep it real. I don't keep it fake. And these boys that get their head bust intellectually by an old fool, an old drunkard, an old dummy, okay, an old weed head, an old gangster, an old priest, an old preacher, an old Mickey Ficky man. The black woman can never be God, okay? And I'm going to drill that home. I'm going to drill that home. And that took me about a good 15 minutes to go there. So, again, like I say, a black woman could be a queen or a prophet of a nation and of a people at best. And no prophet was the prophet of the world. Thus, no prophetess was the prophet of the world. The same goes with God. No God was the God of the world. And no prophet was the prophet of the world. Yahuwah Elohim is the God of Israel, not the world. Hezekiah, Obadiah, Nehemiah, all were prophets of Israel, not the world. For if these were the gods and prophets of the world, then the world would have understanding of them, proper, unadulterated. They will understand the things that belong to them. They will understand the people that belong to them, who they are, what their purpose is. They also will understand and respect their position. And they would not give that to another. They've been doing it for the last 700 years easy. Every prophet, every god, every goddess that ever came and that has ever been recorded came to a specific people at a specific time, and were none of them the same. So to make the black woman the God of the world, the supreme ruler and deity of the universe, is sickening. Young Pharoah don't believe that. I want to speak of others, but I want to focus on young Pharoah. Young Pharoah don't believe that. Young Pharoah, as a man, has always dealt with the black woman as a man. And he has treated her as a woman. And I would even go as far as saying that young Pharoah has treated the black woman very good, very well. Not one time have he treated her as a god. He told her that she was a god. He lied to her, and he may have even believed it. But not one time have he told her, the black woman. Not one time have he told her and worshiped her solely as the God, singular, of this universe, this planet, and or black people. To work for in Hebrew and in Arabic is abid, and as well as in Phoenician, abid. And these languages go back to the Phoenician Hebrew alphabet, the Paleo alphabet, which goes back to the Semitic script of the Egyptian hieroglyphics. The black woman has never been a god. She can't be a god. She will never be a god. What young Pharoah is doing is that he is gaining wisdom. What he is doing is learning that the black woman is no other than the black woman. The black Israelite woman is the black Israelite woman. The black Christian woman is the black Christian woman. The black Muslim woman is the black Muslim woman. The black Kemetic woman is the black Kemetic woman, because there's white Kemetic women too. And there's white men that are Kemetic too. There's Arabs that are Kemetic. Black people are not the only people claiming, worshiping, and following, and dedicating their life to the study of Kemet. Black people got to go to white people to get superior knowledge about Kemet. And white people got to go to Arabs and other non-American white people. The black woman is not God. She has never been and never will be. And again, young Pharoah is learning that the black woman is none other than a woman. And another lesson that he is going to learn is that the black woman not only is a woman, but of all the women on the earth, she is in last place. What he is going to learn is Deuteronomy 28:30. A man shall take a woman, but another man shall lie with her. A man shall build a family and a house, but he won't be able to live in it. Oh yeah, young Pharoah. A young man shall build a garden, but he won't be able to eat the fruits thereof. Man, do you understand what that means? That means more than what your English language could take it to mean. Now, if I go to the Tanakh and read that in Hebrew, I guarantee you that because your English Bible says that a man shall take a wife. But the word wife and woman in Hebrew, and the word actually is woman, more accurately. A man shall take a woman, his woman, Isha, okay, Isha, Ishati, my woman, okay. Woman comes from the word Ish, which means man. Isha, woman. A man shall take a Isha, a woman, and another man shall lie with her. While young Pharoah is getting rid of that young black woman is hurt, and he better go back and get her if he want his family. And he better bring her back into his house if he want his family. Because when she gets stuck by another man, when another man lie with her, he's going to experience the Israelite curse. Ooh, this herb good. There's a mythological curse of the Pharaoh. You got to be careful. what you say and the words that come out your mouth. You got to be careful how you think, because the Hebrew scriptures say, so a man thinketh, so is he. There's no way you can claim to be an Egyptian, because by the metaphysical laws of the belief, that which you believe will manifest itself. If you believe in it hard enough and long enough, it will manifest itself as your reality. That's the metaphysical law of belief. You believe you're a Pharaoh, you believe you're an Israelite, you believe you're an African American, whatever that is that you believe in hard enough is going to become your reality. This is why I respect young Pharoah when he said that if you disrespect any man's culture in front of me without being able to articulate that and justify that, then you have a problem with me. That's what young Pharoah said. I could feel that and I could dig that. You don't disrespect a man's belief. His beliefs is his reality. And if your belief is rooted in falsehood, then your reality will be rooted in falsehood. When you believe a black woman is God, and you worship her like God, you're going to learn that she is not God. What you need to learn, black men, is the Israelite principles. That's what you need to learn. Because the black woman is not God. In Israelite principles, you first must learn about Adam, the man, before you can ever learn about Israel. You can't claim to be a real thoroughbred Israelite and don't understand the principles of a man. Don't understand the principles of Adam. There's no such thing as Kemet hood, Kemet pharaohship, and you don't understand what manhood is. Trust me. There were many young appointed pharaohs, and I think it may have been one or two of them in Israel. But you best to believe their advisors ran the land. They did not make the decisions in their youth. In Isaiah 7, the scripture prophesied Hezekiah, okay, going off into his purpose and his kinghood before he was even able to discern good and bad. As a young boy, during the time when he was still doing the milk and honey, the suckling, he was to be put in his kinghood as a little boy. That's what Isaiah 7 recognizes. They don't recognize nothing about no Jesus Christ or anything like that. That was Hezekiah. And that prophecy was given to his father, Ahaz. And the scripture, that very passage and chapter, says that these things would take place in the days of King Ahaz, not in the days of King Pharoah. Right? Man, a black woman ain't God, dog. She'll never be God. She can't be God. So, before I could ever teach you how to be a pharaoh, before I could ever teach you how to be an Egyptian, before I could ever teach you how to be an Israelite. I have to teach you how to be Adam. And in Hebrew, Adam is the first word recognized for human man. The difference between Adam and Ish is Adam is the alpha male before the fall. The one who walked in the power of the Aleph Lam, or the Aleph Lambda, or the Alpha Lambda. The Greek Alpha Lambda, the Hebrew Aleph Lamed, the Arabic Aleph Lam. Yeah. I do this. For real. Adam was the original alpha male. And he was the man that God created. God created Adam. And we are all Ben Adam. We are Adam. That's the alpha male. And I got to teach you how to become him before you ever become a strong Israelite, Sumerian, heathen, Kemetic, whatever. You got to learn how to be a man first. And a man learns that you don't validate women, dog. You don't understand hypergamy. Women like to date men. They like to date up. They like to look up to their man. And you sitting up there praising her and worshiping her, putting her on high. You put her on high, she can't help but to look down on you, dummy. It goes against the laws of nature. You don't understand male and female nature. You don't understand the principles of Adam and Mickey, Ficky, Eve. Let's go back before Egypt. Let's go back before Nimrod. Let's go back before Moses. Let's go back before Israel. Let's go back before Abraham. Let's talk about Adam wa Hawa. Adam wa Hawa. Adam and Eve. Masculine and feminine principles. You don't uplift the word of the woman over the word of man. And you surely don't uplift the word of woman over God. Yahweh Eloheinu. The existence of our power. That's what that means. It ain't nothing spooky about that. But then again, it is. The spook that sat by the door type of spooky. Wasn't no ghosts, no ghouls, no goblins. Real black Negroes. Detroit Negroes. Here's to my man, Detroiter, the author and the writer of that movie. So true, that movie was banned over 30 years. The spook. Yeah, I guess it is spook. Right now, in masculine and feminine principles, Adam don't put the word of Eve in which she learned from Shaitan over the word in which you get from Yahweh. If you do, you'll be taken from paradise, fool. See, it doesn't matter whether Adam ever lived or not. You got to learn how to appreciate old stories, myths, and legends. And learn how to get the intrinsic value, which is the core moral value. The moral of the story. If you didn't get that, you didn't get nothing, friend. For that is the intrinsic value of the Bible. The black woman ain't God, man. You lift the woman up like Adam did over Yahweh, she can't help but to look down on you and cause chaos with you, within the family, within the community, within the Mickey freaky world. Now, so what young Pharaoh is doing is he's going into what we call the manosphere. Yes, Yasha has been in the manosphere before any of them clowns. Yasha has been an Israelite before any of them clowns. Yasha has studied Kemetic science before any of them clowns. Yasha was a Christian minister before any of them clowns. Yasha has been made for this purpose. That's Terry Whitfield. So what young Pharaoh is learning here, let me twist up the endo as I give up the info. What young Pharaoh is learning is that you don't validate no woman, man. You don't sit around here and be kissing her butt, putting her all up on a pedestal, telling her how fine she is, how beautiful she is. Because at the end of the day, don't none of that matter if y'all in the family structure, man. What matters is how she plays her role in the family. Who gives a damn? She looks like she the baddest, most beautiful woman on the planet when her family is dysfunctional. Who gives a damn about that other than her? And her inside of her solipsism? Nobody. That's the most successful answer. Nobody. Don't nobody give a damn. And being that she is solipsistic and can't see outside of herself, she don't care whether nobody give a damn, as long as she is feeling a certain type of way. As long as she is enticed. Did not Hashaitan entice Kawa? Or Kawa? I want to say Hava, but it'll be okay. I understand that I'll be interchanging between modern Hebrew and ancient Hebrew. Okay. Ibrit Hayom, against Hakadam Ibrit. Adam walked and talked with God. The woman walked and talked with Satan. That's what the moral of the story is. And one thing is for certain, I can't prove that Adam and Eve existed. And I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to go back in history and prove and dig up and look for the bones of the first man ever. History, archaeology, and science have said man has been on this earth millions of years. How dare you ask me to go back and find the bones of the first man ever, when most of you Negroes, dummies, can't even find the bones of your great grandmama, great mammy. Yeah, you can't do it, man. How dare you? How dare you? You cats can't even go back in your own line, 3 and 4 generations. You can't tell me your great granddaddy's name and your great granddaddy's name and your great granddaddy's name and your great grandmama's name and your great grandmama's daddy's name and your great granddaddy's name and your great granddaddy. You can't tell me that. I can, man. I can. I can tell you, I've walked and talked with my great grandparents. People who was born during the days of slavery. I've walked and talked with them, lived in the same house with them. Peace to Anna Hill, R.I.P. Peace to Hawk Diamond, Ross Riley, R.I.P. Rest in peace to Goldie Whitfield, R.I.P. And I say I shake to all of them. For all of them were my great grandparents. I walked with them, talked with them, ate with them, lived with them. You Negroes can't even tell me what your grandparents. Most of y'all can't tell me the history of your grandparents. Nothing about them. My grandfather was Thomas Whitfield. Okay? And the world has enjoyed the music of my grandfather's junior son, Thomas Whitfield Jr., the legendary gospel singer. See, my family roots is substantiated. I know mine, but you don't know yours. You don't know your great-grandmama, where she at, where she buried at, where her bones at. You want me to go back and find Abraham and Adams? Ridiculous. These are called argumentum ad ignorantium. Arguments from ignorance. No man can find these things. And because no man can find them, any man that want to make an argument about them is argumenting from a place of severe ignorance, an automatic loss. The black woman is not God, man. So back at the ranch, what young Pharoah did is that he went into the manosphere and he learned that you don't validate no woman, man. You don't sit around here and be praising your woman, sitting up here telling her how good she look all day and how good her sexy is or how good her fellatio is. I mean, you just don't do all of that, bro. Because what'll happen is that you'll begin to start worshiping her and starting to praise her. And that means that you're putting her up on a pedestal. Okay? You begin to put her up on a pedestal. And when you put her up on a pedestal, she can only, because you're not on no pedestal. You'll never be on no pedestal. As the sons of God, built in the likeness and image of God, the Ben Adam, the sons of Adam, the original black man, you will never be raised up and put on a pedestal as God unless the white man put you on a pedestal as God. And what put you on a pedestal as a God, he won't even put you on there. He'll put you at best as a star in the heavens and never a God. And he'll validate you with a whole bunch of bills that got his faces on it. Dollars. A woman want a man, that she can look up to. Okay? Why do you think broke ass women want to be the Cinderella? broke Mickey Figures from the hood. Okay? Why you think that? Ain't got nothing. Living in a house full of ratchet women just like Cinderella, and think and believe that a prince is supposed to come chasing after them just because they all got coochies. Well, I guess the ratchet women in the house didn't understand that. But the young damsel, because Cinderella was a damsel, which means virgin. The young pure woman, the king sought her out. Okay? And none of y'all want to be whores and and ratchets and sluts and drop your shoe and think that, or give up the cuckoo and think that a good man is supposed to come after you, come hunting you down, giving you your lost shoe. Shoe symbolic for virginity. Y'all better learn how to read and understand these myths and how you people live mythological lives more than you'll ever live a biblical life. Before you ever live a biblical life, you'll live European, pagan, and other heathen mythologies. And these will become your lifestyle practices. So being that Kemet never really had black women as goddesses, they had black goddesses, but they were not human. They were natures. Trust me, the word nature go back to neter. Medu neter, mother nature. You dig? Mother nature, my friends, is not a woman. She is not a female mother. She is the mother of nature. Mother Nature is that which gives birth to nature. And what pregnated Mother Nature to give birth to nature? Mother Nature, mother of nature. Yeah, that's how that works. Mother Nature, the noun adjective agreement. You better learn grammar. Anybody who think knowledge, wisdom, understanding is boring, worthless, that's the same dummy that sat up and skipped school. The same dummy who graduated that the teacher threw him through the fucking class. The same dummy that didn't learn nothing in school. The same dummy that skipped class. The same dummy that came in class smelling like weed, falling asleep and shit in class. That's the motherfucker with the G-M-U-F-U-G-A. The motherfucker. 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 That's the motherfucker. That fell asleep in class. That's the motherfucker that's the dummy. The fool. He was always the motherfucker that wanted everybody to follow him and run with him because he's miserable. He's miserable that everybody in class is writing on their papers with their pencil. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And he can't even write the damn alphabet. He miserable. How he get his company? He want to make other people miserable too. Because misery loves company. That is what's going on inside of the lion's den. That's what's going on with these atheists. That's what's going on with Fabo. Fabo with GD. He said he gonna slide down and come to Detroit and kill Yasha Ben Israel, a.k.a. Terry Whitfield. He said he's going to end the Terry Whitfield, Yasha Ben Israel podcast show. Yeah, and Brother Lavelle was running around with Colts. It's a man running around, his name Jesus Michael or Michael Christ or some crazy shit like that. And he got followers who believe in that he is the Messiah. The Messiah of Israel. Wow. Really? The Levitical priesthood never taught that no Messiah was coming outside of the Levitical priesthood. The Levitical priesthood taught of priestly Messiahs and kingly Messiahs and national messiahship, which included the whole nation of Israel. And this messiahship was none other than the anointing of the holy oil, which included cannabisum, cinnamon, acacia, olive oil, cassia, I believe frankincense and myrrh. Ooh. Ain't none of you boys been anointed with that. Jesus Michael, Michael Christ, or whatever the freak his name is. Nobody anointed him with that. You boys say weed is dope. Y'all let that white man trick y'all that. White people up north are making a killing off of it. Using it, smoking it, eating it, getting healings from it. Yeah. But y'all still tricked by Harry Kissinger talking that white man foolishness. Shame on you. The black woman is not God, young Pharoah. What young Pharoah is learning is that he's learning hypergamy, female nature. He's learning the real medunetter. He's learning the real mother nature of the African American woman. She's a different breed. She's not even like the African woman in which she descends from. The African woman in which the African American woman descends from can actually lift up an 80-pound box, put it on her head, and walk 20 miles with that box on her head, and that box never falls. The African American ain't even got the science. She couldn't walk 2 inches. And so we're dealing with a different breed here. That breed is far from a goddess. Would never be a god. And to be quite honest with you, she's not even a good woman. She's an evil woman, a wicked woman, and a heathenized black woman. She's not virtuous. She's not godly. She don't respect God. She only respect the things of heathenism. And this is what young Pharoah is learning. Young Pharoah is learning that you don't put a woman on no pedestal. You don't sit up here and tell her how fine she is and how good she looks. And I can't live without you, and you my soulmate. You don't tell women no goofy shit like that, man. You just don't do that. And you get to telling a woman, you tell a woman one time she looks good. You tell a woman one time that she's sexy. And it makes her feel good beyond belief, brother. You hear me? You keep doing it, she's going to get arrogant. When she get arrogant, you keep telling her PU-C is so good. Keep telling her that. Okay? What you got to do is do the KRS-One if you want to validate a woman. You got to tell her, girls look so good, but they minds is not ready. See, you got to learn real hip-hop, my niggas. Y'all gotta listen to music that got the real science in it. You just can't sit up there and say, girls look so good. Oh, you're just the finest thing on the earth. I don't know. No. You take her up and then you bring her ass back down to earth. Girls look so good, but they minds is not ready. I don't know. I'd rather sleep with a woman cause her mind is so steady. That's how you got to let her know that you beautiful, but that beauty don't mean shit. Not a mother thing. And what young Pharoah is learning is the Egyptian principles of Adam. He's learning the nature of man and woman, male and female nature. You best believe young Pharoah has been on the manosphere and has bit the red pill. That is what is going on with young Pharoah. I'm just gonna be honest with you, young Pharoah pretty much is on he on YouTube pretty much saying black bitches ain't shit. Especially his children's mamas. Any other women that are important to him should be his children's mamas and his mama. And trust me, that boy looked through the magnifying glass and he seen that these women ain't shit. They want to be the queen of heathenism, the queen of hell, the queen of chaos. They don't want to be solidified holy kings and righteous kings and queens of the planet in the universe. They don't want that responsibility. They want to be high up in heathenism and paganism. And they want a secure spot in heathenism and paganism. They want ungodly. that's what young Pharoah is learning. I mean, he talked all that talk about the black woman as God, but out of 100% of the videos that's coming out on young Pharoah right now, the vast majority, I would guess about a good 70-80% of these videos are all about women. Young Pharoah lifted up the black woman. He lifted up black women. And today they're all looking down on him. They don't respect him no more. When, young Pharoah got that Bobby Womack mentality. What's that? Bobby Womack and Patti LaBelle. No matter how high, no matter how high I get as a pharaoh. Boom, boom, boom. So what young Pharoah is doing is he is getting a hard lesson in manhood. You see, way before you could ever teach about Israel or Kemet or anything like that. Before you could teach anything about Islam, Christianity, or anything like that, you have to teach real principles. You have to teach a boy how to become a man. Manhood is not something boys are born with. Manhood is something that you have to grow into. Okay? And young Pharoah has always had a little dumb boy image to me. Man, I'm 50 years old, dog. Alright? I got kids older than young Pharoah. Okay? I'm Sarah Sutin-Seti's age. Sarah Sutin-Seti was my classmate in Martin Luther King High School. I'm going to keep telling y'all that. And Sarah Sutin-Seti is not teaching this man the principles of manhood, nor is they walking or talking in that. Young Pharoah is learning that the black woman is not God. Young Pharoah is learning that the black woman never was God. Young Pharoah is learning that the young woman could never be a God. He's learning that she never was a goddess, and that all goddesses in Egypt were netters and netterus. Or netteru. Okay? None of the goddesses were human beings. They all were non-corporeal, or what you would call spiritual or energetic beings, energy. Okay? That's what they were. They were, the black woman at best could be a prophetess, maybe a queen, okay, which is high positions. But a woman could never be a god or a goddess, okay? And the only way that a woman could be a god if she sits under the principles of manhood. There's a scripture in the Bible that says, ye are Elohim, ye are gods, because ye are Benai Elion, which means that you are gods because you are the sons of God. You are the children of God. Benai is masculine. Benot is, or in Arabic, bint. Benot, Hebrew, Arabic, bint. Phoenician, bint. Hebrew, benot is feminine. It did not say benot Yisraelot. It said Benai Elion, which is the sons, the seeds, the masculine seeds of Israel. Those were Elion. And that's what the psalmist wrote in the scriptures. A woman is not an El. A woman could be Ella or Allah, because the word Allah and Alot are synonymous. Those words are feminine, like as in Islam. And this is the reason why a lot of people says that Allah comes from a female moon deity, Alat. Because when you get El and you put A or Ot behind a word, it becomes feminine. Okay? And this is why they say Allah is a feminine deity. They just going by the grammatical rules of the Afro-Asiatic linguistics. But surely the Arabs will tell you that Allah is masculine. It is God masculine. That's what the Arabs will tell you. And if Allah is equivalent to God, Goda, Got, Gotam, Godan, Gotham, Godin, Odin, the father of Thor, masculine. So Allah translates God, then Allah translates masculine. Whatever their explanation for that, a feminine noun being masculine, you just have to respect it as its linguistic culture. Just like when the Israelites tell you that the Elohim of Israel is not the Elohim of Canaan, you have to respect that as the Israelite culture. The Elohim of Canaan was plural. It was a pantheon. There is no pantheon in Israel. No pantheon. So you have to respect the Elohim of Canaan as the Elohim of Canaan, just like you have to respect the Elohim of Israel as the Elohim of Israel. No more or less than you have to respect the President of the United States and as the President of the United States, and that you must respect the President of Zimbabwe as the President of Zimbabwe. You must respect the President of Tanzania as the President of Tanzania. You must respect the President of Uganda as the President of Uganda. The President of Uganda is not the President of Tanzania. The President of Tanzania is not the President of the United States. The President of the United States is not the President of Zimbabwe. And the President of Zimbabwe is not the President of America. And The Elohim of Canaan is not the Elohim of Israel. Nor is the Elohim of Edom the Elohim of Islam, or the Allah of Islam. See, El is masculine, Allah is feminine, God, goddess. See, El masculine, Allah feminine, God, goddess, masculine, feminine. A woman can never be a god. Okay? And young Pharoah is just learning that, he's just learning how to be a man. You see? He's going down through the principles of manhood, and he's learning the principles of a man. Because before you ever could learn to be an Israelite, before you could ever learn to be a Christian or Muslim, before you ever could learn to be a Kemetic or whatever that you are trying to be, you must learn how to be a real man. Okay? You must, before you ever learn to be Israel, you got to learn how to be Adam. You got to first understand manhood, the principles of manhood. And in the principles of Bereshit, which is the Genesis, the principles of masculine and feminine nature is recorded in the stories, myths, legends, sagas, and maxims, the Hamashirium, okay, of Israel. And in these stories, we talk about the Adam and Eve, Adam wa Hawa, or Adam wa Chava, either ancient or modern, pretty much still the same, the Y and the V, Kawa, Kava, okay. Adam and Eve represent the very true essence of male and female nature. And this is what young Pharoah is learning. Young Pharoah, you can't tell me a man who seeks knowledge, wisdom, and understanding has not seen the manosphere. Minister Jack, Black Ram 313, Thinking Man's Templar, Kevin Samuels. Boy, Kevin Samuels hot. Hey, Black Ram hot. All these cats hot. Okay? Minister Jack beat the dog stew out of a polite. For real, everybody in the unconscious community see polite as bright. But Minister Jack beat that boy to smithereens. And you can't tell me young Pharoah didn't see that and wasn't influenced by that. Young Pharoah has gotten the manhood and the manosphere that his daddy didn't give him. And now he's learning that the black woman could never be a god, never was a god, would never be a god. And the black woman in human flesh is not a goddess. Won't be a goddess, never was a goddess. What young Pharoah is learning is the principles of Adam wa Hawa, which is the principles of Adam and Eve, the principles of masculine, feminine nature. It really doesn't matter whether one likes the Adam and Eve story, whether they agree with it. It is a very real principle. The morals of the story are real. It doesn't matter whether Abraham, Moses, Adam or Eve or any of those people ever existed. When you read in the literary work, it is the moral and the context of the story that is important. If you don't get them, then it doesn't matter what book you read read it all out of context and without a purpose or point. Okay? Even in a comic book, the story has a moral, a subject, and a predicate. Or it is not literate. It would be an illiterate writing. You know, a writing in the fashion that most of these clowns talk in. The intrinsic value of the Bereshit story, the Genesis story, the story, the Hamashili of Hamashilimu Adam wa Hawa, the stories, the maxims, the sagas, the legends, the myths, the proverbs of Adam and Eve. The moral of the story is none other than a thorough explanation of a very living and real red pill picture. Young Pharaoh has bit the red pill, and he learned that not only is the black woman or the African American woman not a god, he's learning that she is not a goddess, and she could never ever be these things because she never ever was these things. He is learning that the black woman at best could be a queen, maybe a prophetess, or a business owner, something like that. She could never be a deity. And that in this red pill knowledge, you best to believe that he learned in order to get the submission and respect that he wants from a woman, he must understand female nature. And female nature is a very hypergamous nature. You can look at Briffel's law, and we're talking about not just the feminine woman, but the female animal kingdom. Because no relationship with a male could ever exist unless it benefits the female of the animal kingdom. It has to be a benefit. And I'm going to tell you something else. Women are hypergamous, all women. A woman likes to date up. You know, like work at McDonald's and have a man that work at Chrysler. You see? Or she work at Chrysler and have a man that's that's a scientist or a drug dealer or something, or a doctor, a lawyer or something. You see, she always want a man that is above her. She want to be able to look up to her man. That is the only way that you can get a woman to respect you, man. It's called hypergamy. And you best believe young Pharaoh is learning this in the manosphere. And what you're seeing is a more alpha male, a more Adam style young Pharaoh. That's what you're seeing. Young Pharaoh, even his baby mama said that really he's a good man. But what young Pharaoh has to do is make sure that in this Israelite reality, what he has to make sure is that while he threw his woman out the house, that she don't go sleeping around with another man. Because if she do, he is through. Okay? And being that she is hurt right now she's hurt. She got some babies to look after. And right now she just hurt about little young Pharaoh. And he at best can go back and get his bride and get his woman. He ain't got to apologize to her, just bring her back. Or put her in a house with a nanny and take care of her from there. what's going to end up happening is that girl gonna mess around and end up sleeping with somebody else. And not only is young Pharaoh going to experience the Adam and Eve saga, he's going to experience the saga of the Deuteronomy 28 blessings and curses. He's going to experience Deuteronomy 28:18, 28:30, where man shall take a woman, a man shall take a isha, a man shall take a woman, and another man shall have sex with her. He will lay down with her and copulate, have sex with her. A man shall build a house, a man shall build a family, but he won't live in it for another man to live in it. So even if he is paying child support, even if he is putting her in another house equipped with cars and nannies, she is going to bring another man into his house. It's the curse of Deuteronomy 28:30. And by him not being able to live in both houses simultaneously, because again, he is a busy man and he's going to be busy if he needs to continue making that money. He's going to have to focus on himself if he wants to be the man from this point on. And then come back and take care of his. But in doing that, he's going to experience the Deuteronomy 28:30 curse. You heard it first here on the Yasha Ben Israel Terry Whitfield show. And once that woman sleeps with another man, she is not going to respect him. All of that little childhood innocence that he took her from, because he probably took her virginity or was one of the first men to ever sleep with her. Once he let her experience man number 2 and 3 and 4, he's going to be in trouble. Because he's going to experience another Israelite experience. Because we understand the morals of the stories, and the morals of the stories is real. Whether Moses existed or not, or Adam, it's about as important as whether Batman or Robin, or Superman existed, or Thor or Odin, that's not important. What's important is the moral of the story, the subject and the predicate, the context of the stories. And that's in any book. And if, I don't care what book you read, if you don't get the moral of the story, the context of the story, then you don't understand the story. And anything you have to say out of it or about it, concerning it, is coming from a place of severe ignorance. Yeah, he's learning female nature. He's learning male nature. The principles and the maxims of Adam and Eve. Female nature, that's what he's learning. And being that he is on this manosphere, what he needs to learn is that, and he probably has learned it already, it's probably why he threw his woman out, is that you don't put a woman up on a pedestal, okay? Because women are hypergamous, meaning that that's not a bad word, and it's all right, and I don't blame women. Being the weaker vessel, they like to date men, they like to date up. They like to date men that are better than them and that are in a better place, that are coming from a better place than them, a higher place. They like to date outside of their social class. And women like to think that they are the validators, and they are not. Because they constantly seek validation. The validator never seeks validation because he is the one that does all of the validating. And being that that is the case, women always seek validation. Okay? You don't give a woman your validation like that. You know, you got to know how to lift them up. You know, lift them all the way up to the heavens, kiss them, and then bring them back down to earth. You don't lift them up and keep them there, or you'll be singing the Bobby Womack, Patti LaBelle song. No matter how high I get, I still be looking up to you. See, you'll play that black woman as God, and you'll come up, and then when you come up high, then she did nothing to get there, so you validate her, and you pedestalize her, and now you lift her up above you. You know, no matter how high I get, I still be looking up to you. You know the lyrics of that, the simple anthem. You know what I'm saying? You know, so you work hard again, and you get high. She ain't did nothing. You know, and you higher than her. The place where she appreciated. She appreciate looking up to you as her man and as her security and protector. Then she can help you. Then she can submit to you. Because you are her everything. But you keep lifting her up. You know, I'll still be no matter how high I get a YouTube check. Boom. You know, you black woman is God, baby. Boom. Put it back up on the pedestal. Now you got her. Now you got your little car. You know, no matter how high I get. The black woman is God, baby. Now you gotta go get your match. You know, the black woman is God, baby. Now you gotta keep going up and up and up. You know, because you keep lifting her up. You don't do that, man. She don't want you to do that, and this is the reason why you argue and you fight. Because to say that the black woman is or ever was a knitter or a nephish, some type of ruach, you know what I'm saying? Some type of non-corporeal entity, you know what I'm saying? Some type of spirit being, some type of god or a deity or a goddess or something like that. That's pedestalizing the woman. There were black deities, and there were black female deities, and then you had black women. Two different things. The black woman will never be a god or a goddess. And to do that is straight up simping. And what young Pharaoh is doing is learning that he has been simping. This is, you best believe he has bit the red pill. He talked bad about his baby mama. And the reality is that he needs to get a grip that no matter where he go or what he do, is that his baby mamas is no different than any other black woman that he is going to date, because they all have the same history and they are all up under the same gynocracy. They all share the same whole codes, and they all pass down the same rules to the gynocracy, which is the whole codes. They aunties, they mamas, they always telling them what not to do to a man. The only thing that these women tell these women to do to a man is to suck his penis and to have vaginal sex with him. squirt, pee on them, you know, and all that kind of foolishness. That's about. And they telling them. Oh, another thing they telling them to do to men is to seduce them, mislead them, and misguide them about how they really feel. You know, about them. You know, that's what women teach women, you know, to give to men, or that they can do to a man. Everything else, a woman is telling women what not to do to men, and what not to let men do to you, and how not to submit and to satisfy men. And these are the same people that these clowns in the pseudo-Kemetic community are lifting up as gods and goddesses. You know, and again, I told y'all how the hypergamy thing works. You know, all women are hypergamous. You ask a woman, you know, a woman want a man to be a leader. Trust me, bro. How is it do you think women had pimps? Those alpha men were dominant leaders. They understood female nature. And I mean, it is what it is. That Kemetic teaching teaches black men to be weak men, simps to black women, and even homosexuals. You can look on YouTube, all throughout the web, all up and down Google. My goodness, more on Google than you can shake a stick at. You know, homosexual people embracing both homosexuality and the teachings of Kemet, and uniting them as one. These are teachings that if any men are teaching these things to people, they're misleading them and they're misguiding them. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, Egypt has been conquered and has been destroyed. No more a people. No more a society. Long before Israel did. They both fell at the same time, which was due to the Assyrian invasion up under King Pharaoh Taharka and King Hezekiah. But there was a remnant in Judah called the tribe of Judah, in the land of Judah, in the domain of Judah, in the kingdom of Judah. And they still live in Israel for much longer, you know. At least up until 70 AD. 70 AD is when the kingdom of Judah fell. So Egypt had collapsed long before Israel did. And we barely have an understanding of our Israelite culture. For surely the Israelite understanding is much deeper than what the One West camps and most of the Israelites out here could ever even fathom it to be. I'm learning things, and it's deeper than I could even fathom. Yeah, but that's all it is. Young Pharaoh's growing up. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that he tripping and this and that. Oh yeah, he's going against his Kemetic teachings for sure. You know, he's damn sure doing that. But what he is doing is becoming a man. You know, he is putting away the fairy tales and all of the bullshit that he wants to beat up on other people with. You know what I'm saying? And he is becoming and picking up and growing into manhood. Young Pharaoh, man, you better go back and get your woman, man, before somebody else put that phallus up in her, young boy. Because if you do, you will be singing the Deuteronomy 28:30 blues, baby. Trust me. Trust me. You will experience that Israelite curse. You know, for real. You know, I don't care whether you believe in Israel, Kemet, Odin, or Santeria. What's that? Santeria. You know, the Catholic Church, Islam. You know, Buddhism. It don't matter what you believe in. Yeah. You know, nothing. You know, if you believe in it long enough, it's gonna become your reality. Yeah. And young Pharaoh's reality, you know, he has come to it, you know. He has come to the reality that what he believed in was fake. And the fakeness has manifested in reality. This is why everything that he's doing is going against Kemetic science, and is more like in line with Israelite knowledge and Israelite science. You know, the Israelite science says that, you know, if you find some type of indecency within your woman, whether it is that she worships another god, because to worship another god is adultery, and to sleep with another man is adultery. And if he find any type of indecency within his woman, meaning that she wants to follow this heathenistic way of life over what he is trying to offer, or that she wants to follow another man's, you know, over what he has to offer her in his manhood, then he has the right to write her a bill of divorce and to send her along his way. But in doing that, he is free to do that, but he can't sleep with her again if she goes out and sleep with another man. That's why I say, young Pharaoh, while your woman is hurt, while she's going through what she's doing, go back and get your woman. Because when she let another man put that thing up in her, you're going to be singing the Deuteronomy 28:30 blues, buddy. This episode will be called The Adam and Eve Principles. Yep. What young Pharaoh is doing is growing into a man. He done got in that manosphere, and he done learned the aspects of real masculinity, the aspects of manhood that his daddy failed to tell him, and that his daddy didn't even know. And that was because his daddy didn't know, and his daddy didn't know. He done got off into that manosphere and got that alpha male masculinity going on. And he stopped all that simp talk, you see. Because, see, masculinity is passed down. Masculinity is a rites of passage. And masculinity is given to, passed down, and learnt by other masculine men. You gets it nowhere else. That's where real manhood comes from. For no boy in history was born a man. I mean, some would go as far as saying even Jesus Christ was born of God, but he was not born a man, and that is for certain. Manhood is something that you have to grow into. You understand? And it is a rite of passage. You learn it from other men. You dig? A woman can never teach a man how to be a man. A man learns manhood from men. And that's what is happening to young Pharaoh. Young Pharaoh is experiencing the Israelite principles of Adam wa Hawa. The Israelite principles of the Israelite principles of Adam wa Hawa. The Israelite principles of Adam and Eve. Yep. That's what he's learning. You know what I'm saying? He is learning. And I'll repeat this one more time. woman can never be a god. Even in the Israelite saga, the book of Psalms, it reads, you are Elohim, because you are the sons of El Elyon. You are the Elohim, because you are Benai Elyon, not Bint Elyon, not Bint Elot, not Benot Elyon, but Beni Elyon, which is the sons of the Supreme, of the Most High. Ain't nothing feminine about that. These are the facts. And this is the reality that young Pharoah is coming into. And if he embrace it and accept it for what it is, and don't be trying to fuse it with trash, that boy gonna come out on top. Surely he is changing. And he's changing from that pedestalizing, simping, weak black man. And the preacher, all that black man is God without no type of specification to what the black man position is. He just here, just haphazardly, at everybody's feet, at the black woman's feet, at the white man's feet, at the Arab feet. Kemet stuff is ridiculous, man. And it's unreal, and that's what's happening. The law of belief states that anything you believe in long enough or hard enough will become your reality. And he believed in ideology that was fake and false, and it has become his reality. That'll be it for the Yasha Ben Israel Terry Whitfield podcast show, and I'm signing off.